Hey everybody, this is jokerspice, bringing a little spice to your life. Last time, we just finished doing stuff in the Gerudo Trading Grounds. We grabbed the last couple keys and opened the last couple of doors, just so that you knew where the keys were in case you got stuck or something. Alright, there isn't really anything to do now except for go to the Temple of Time, so let's do it. I have been waiting for you, J-Spice. J-Spice, the hero of time. You have overcome many hardships and awakened 6 sages. And now you have a final challenge, a showdown with Ganondorf, the king of evil. Before that, I have things I want to tell only to you. Please listen. Another unknown legend of the Triforce passed down by the Shadow Folk, the Sheikahs. If you would seek the sacred triangle, listen well. The resting place of the sacred triangle, the sacred realm, is a mirror that reflects what is in the heart. The heart of one who enters it. If an evil heart, the realm will become full of evil. If pure, the realm will become a paradise. The Triforce, the sacred triangle, it is a balance that weighs the 3 forces: power, wisdom, and courage. If the heart of the one who holds the sacred triangle is all 3 forces in balance, that one will gain the true force to govern all. But if that one's heart is not in balance, the Triforce will separate into 3 parts: power, wisdom, and courage. Only one part will remain for the one who touched the Triforce, the parts representing the force that one most believes in. If that one seeks the true force, that one must acquire the 2 lost parts. Those 2 parts will be held within others chosen by destiny, who will bear the Triforce mark on the back of their hands. "7 years ago, Ganondorf, the king of the thieves, used the door you opened in the Temple of Time and entered the sacred realm. But when he laid his hands on the Triforce, the legend came true. The Triforce separated into 3 parts, only the Triforce of power remained in Ganondorf's hand. The strength of the Triforce of power enabled him to become a mighty evil king, but his dark ambitions were not satisfied. To gain complete mastery of the world, Ganondorf started looking for those chosen by destiny to hold the other Triforce parts. The one that holds the Triforce of courage is you, J-Spice. And the other who holds the Triforce of wisdom is the 7th sage who is destined to be the leader of them all. Zelda is chic? No way! It is I, the Princess of Hyrule, Zelda. I apologize for meeting you in disguise, but it was necessary to hide from the King of Evil. Please forgive me. On that day, 7 years ago, Ganondorf attacked Hyrule Castle. I saw you as I was escaping from the castle and with my attendant, Impa. I thought I should entrust the ocarina to you. I thought that would be our best chance. As long as you had the ocarina in your possession, I thought Ganondorf could never enter the sacred realm, but something I could never expect happened. After you opened the door of time, the Master Sword sealed you away in the sacred realm. Your spirit remained in the sacred realm, and then the Triforce fell into Ganondorf's hands. He went on to invade the sacred realm. Ganondorf had become the evil king, and the sacred realm became a world of evil. All of this is an unfortunate coincidence. I passed myself off as a Sheikah and hoped that you would return. I waited for 7 years. And now, you are back. The Dark Age ruled by Ganondorf, the evil king, will end. The 6 sages will open the sealed door and lure Ganondorf back into the sacred realm. I will then seal the door to the sacred realm from this world. Thus, Ganondorf, the evil king, will vanish from Hyrule. J-Spice, in order to do this, I need your courage again. Please, protect me while I do my part. And here is a weapon that can penetrate the evil king's defenses, the power given to the chosen ones, the sacred arrow of light. You got the light arrow. The light of justice will smite evil. That rumbling, it can't be.
Princess Zelda, you foolish traitor. I commend you for avoiding my pursuit for 7 long years. But you let your guard down. I knew you would appear if I let this kid wander around. My only mistake was to slightly underestimate the power of this kid. No, it was not the kid's power I misjudged. It was the power of the Triforce of Courage. But with the Triforce of Wisdom that Zelda has, when I obtain these 2 Triforces, then I will become the true ruler of the world! If you want to rescue Zelda, come to my castle!
Well, that sucks. But there we go. We gotta save Princess Zelda from Ganondorf. This was actually not the last item I was talking about, but now we have the light arrows. Something interesting is that if you kill an enemy with it, like a regular one, you'll always get 50 rupees from it. So, that's pretty cool. They're a little bit more expensive to use in terms of magic than the fire or ice arrows. But they do a little more damage, so that's pretty nice. Here we are at Ganon's castle. We haven't been here since we first turned into an adult. But this is where we gotta go now.
J-Spice, can you hear me? It's Rauru, the Sage. We 6 will gather our power to create a bridge to the castle where Ganondorf dwells. The castle's keep, which is known as Ganon's Tower, is protected by 6 evil barriers. Bring down the 6 barriers and save Princess Zelda.
Well, that's cool. I like how Link takes a little step to make sure he won't fall through it. It's cute. Now, I know what you must be thinking. We have the silver gauntlets, right? So we can lift silver things now, right? But even if we can lift silver things, we still can't lift gold things or these brown rocks. We can only lift the gray rocks. So, yeah. Silver gauntlets aren't the most powerful thing. We'll have to remember that. Hopefully there won't be any gold rocks in the way. Because if that's the case, then that's all Ganondorf really needs to do to make sure we don't get to him. I wanted to get that Skulltula. It might be one of the last ones we get ever. So, might as well get that one. We saw it a long time ago. Here we are. Could you really walk around Ganon's castle, actually? Not really. You can go around the front, I guess, but there isn't really much to explore around here. But I never really thought to do this, so it's kind of interesting. But yeah, this is Ganon's... Uh-oh. Can I... There we go. Alright, this is it. Ganon's castle. So I guess you could call this a dungeon. I would argue that it's a victory lap, not a dungeon. So we got this center tower, but we can't enter it because there are these, well, you can see it, energy being transferred from these 6 rooms, all with the different medallions. Interestingly enough, we got one of these giant pillars in front of what would be the light area, which is too bad because the perfectionist in me wants to, well, it wants to do all of these in order from like light to spirit, but unfortunately we're not going to be able to do that. We'll have to start with the shadow. That's where we're going to start. This would be pretty difficult, I think, without the fire arrows. But I think you still technically can do this without the fire arrows. It's definitely useful to have here. This is the Shadow Temple, so using your Lens of Truth is definitely going to be helpful here. Actually, I'm noticing the Navi is going this way. There could only be one reason for that. Let's see what happens when you play the Song of Time, actually. I'm very curious. Oh! This is so interesting. I didn't even know this was here. It just seems kind of pointless, because at this point, you must have your long shot, so... What is this? What is this? Just a blue rupee. Okay, well, I mean, clearly the answer is just a... Do you need fire arrows? How else would you do this? Maybe you could use Din's fire. I don't know. Well, we have it, so we might as well just go ahead and use it. Go ahead and kill this like. I guess Ganondorf likes. How do you get over there? We might have to use this again. That's so interesting. Maybe the fire arrows are required after all. I mean, I've always had them at this point anyways. Alright, I was gonna get scared. I was like, how am I gonna get back up there? But we got this chest. Alright, so there's a reason why I wanted to do the Shadow Temple first, or the Shadow Trial first. There's actually a very special item in here, and because this isn't a dungeon, it's not a dungeon map or compass. It's actually the dungeon item for this place, the Golden Gauntlets. So yeah, just like that, we've already kind of fixed... Oh, actually, I think we do need a Lens of Truth here. Yeah, we do. Okay, perfect. So, interestingly enough, we have the golden gauntlets now, which are more powerful than the silver gauntlets. You can jump off of this thing, so I guess... Oh, there's a path as well. Oops. Alright, cool. Let's go get our Megaton Hammer. But yeah, now we got the golden gauntlets, which means that we can grab way heavier things. Which means we're probably gonna end up leaving... Oh, there's a torch there as well, huh? I'm curious. What is that torch? Does that torch activate the same bridge as well? In case for some reason, maybe you don't have the fire arrows or something? Because if that's the case, then maybe the fire arrows actually are required. If they're required, that's a good thing. I would just be surprised, that's all. Yeah, it's for the bridge. Interesting. Alright, cool. So now we are here. So when you're in this room, what you need to do is use your light arrows on the seal. The shadow barrier is dispelled. Please save the princess. It makes us go through this really interesting room that isn't actually in the Shadow Realm trial, but it's interesting. And that's pretty much all we gotta do here. That's why calling it a victory lap. It's just like making us use items we have not used in a while. Just kind of go through what we've just been through before. I think it's interesting. So now that we have the golden gauntlets, we can actually lift this giant pillar. My god, goodness. The fact that the golden gauntlets lets us deadlift that thing, that's hashtag goals. That's what I aspire to do. I lift pretty often, but like, if I could deadlift something like that, that'd be pretty cool. I'm just kidding. If I could deadlift something like that, well, I think I could find, I think I could find ways to make money off of it without... You'd probably hear about me in the news if I could do something like that. Anyways, it seems kind of anticlimactic to leave Ganon's Tower once we've entered it. But there's a really, really good reason why you'd want to do this. Maybe it's a little overkill. I kind of find it interesting that in a game like Zelda... Well, actually, this is a... I don't know if this is a complaint that I have with the game in general. Man, I swear you could lift these golden... Oh, wait, no, you can just break those with the Megaton Hammer. What am I saying? I'm silly. It's this one. This is what we weren't able to lift. There we go. I love how the pillar doesn't even break. It just stays there. That's its new permanent location now. Alright, let's go in here. So this is the last great fairies fountain that we'll probably see in this whole game. How many are there? I think there's like 5 of them. 5 or 6. 1... Yeah, probably around that. Why, hello there, beautiful. Presumably this is the same one as before? In the same location? I don't see why it'd be a different one. Welcome, Jokerspice. I'm the Great Fairy of Courage. I'm going to enhance your defensive power. Receive it now! This is by far the most overpowered thing in this game. Your defensive power is enhanced. Your defensive power has been enhanced. Oh, sorry, I'm supposed to speak of her. Damage inflicted by enemies will be reduced by half. When battle has made you weary, please come back to see me. Alright, now we have everything in the game. We have everything in the game now. Yeah, so We have 20 hearts, but now with a double defense, we have 40 hearts. Effectively. I don't know if this is a good thing or a bad thing when it comes to these kind of games. If you want a personal challenge when playing Zelda games, getting any item, like any extra item, is pretty much going to ruin your challenge. That's why a lot of people like doing 3 heart runs and stuff like that. Because, I mean, look at me. Naturally getting everything in the game will give you so much stuff that you can't die. We have 40 hearts. We have an ability to, by using Nehru's Love, we can literally not take any damage at all. We have like quadruple offense with the Bigoron sword, basically. We have all kinds of items. I mean, it's great. Like, we definitely worked hard to get all these items, but you know, there's some games, like especially Zelda games, that other than this one, that kind of take it a little too far. Where like sometimes the reward is just like actually a detriment to the fun of the game, in my opinion. One particular game I'm thinking of is Breath of the Wild, where completing everything in the game is a bit of a detriment to your enjoyment of the game. But oh well. If I ever decide to play Breath of the Wild in this channel or talk about it, then I guess we'll talk about it then. Let's keep doing these trials. Interesting. We're in the light trial, but it seems that Lens of Truth is what we're gonna need in order to finish this one. Don't need the light arrows right now. I'm gonna kill all these enemies before they start flying around. It's usually 3 keys. There we go. Oh, you know what? I was gonna say, I wonder if those chests, the keys on the chest are supposed to indicate like bad chests, but I don't think so. I'm kind of curious what they all have. I'm sure you guys are curious too. Oh, okay, so that one has ice. Does this one also have ice? No, this actually has a bottle of arrows, which for the first time in this game is actually pretty helpful since we were kind of running low. Nope, ice. Oh, okay, so I think that the ones that the keys were on had good items then. Right? Because there was no keys here, I think? Or there was a keys here. No. There was no keys here. And then there's a keys here, maybe? I don't know. I would have to check in the recording. Oh, well. I have to open all these chests anyways. There we go. Okay. The light trial must have been interesting to design, because it's like, what would be in the light trial, considering there was no light temple or anything like that? Maybe the mirror shield was originally supposed to be used in the light temple. That would make a lot of sense, actually. But that's complete speculation. There's no proof that's actually a thing. Just preparing for the inevitable seal that we're gonna have to break. Oh man, we gotta collect 5 more rupees. They really, really like to use this rupee thing. I'm not a fan. It might have been fun the first time, but I don't know. I just got desensitized or something. So I'm not totally into this anymore. There's just nothing fun about collecting 5 objects in a room like this. There we go. All right. So, there we go. So let's just keep going. All right. Apparently the seal's already broken. Maybe we should just leave then. Nope. I'm just kidding. Setting here in your bewilderment, this thing will try to send you back to the beginning, but you just have to walk through the wall and realize that the light always holds the truth.
The light barrier is dispelled. Hurry!
It's nice that we at least get warped back to the beginning area, because, well, not that it's that tedious to go through. to go through like all of them, but I don't know. Might as well make it easier for us. Now that we've gotten that one done, let's do the Forest Temple. I think you'll be very interested to find out what's in this trial. Excuse me. We got a bunch of torches in this room. Number one thing I would say to do is to go ahead and light them all. Den's fire. Oh, I was not in the proper location to light all 5 torches, but thankfully we can go ahead and use our fire arrows to get this last one. There we go. We don't even have to deal with the wolfos. So this is one of the reasons why a lot of people think that the first forest temple was supposed to be a wind temple. As you can see, there's a bunch of wind stuff that was from the shadow temple that's just like randomly here. Yeah. I think it'd have been really interesting to do a wind temple, but maybe they just couldn't figure out enough things to like fill up a wind temple. I kind of argue that maybe they should have just had like a part of the forest temple be wind. I think it would have been cool. Maybe there were some canceled items that they want, because there isn't like full proof for every game, but I know like in Wind Waker a lot of the items that they wanted to use in the game ended up, or not items, but like dungeon stuff that didn't make it in the game and made it into like next Zelda games. So like I know the Wind Waker doesn't have like a proper iced dungeon, but I like to believe that a lot of the stuff in Twilight Princess was inspired by Wind Waker stuff. I don't have like permanent I don't have proof of that, but I think it makes sense. Like stuff that they can't use in this game. Oh, well, that sucks. I think I have to start over collecting everything again. Oh well, not a big deal. But yeah, I don't know. It's cool. So as you can probably imagine, the water trial in this, maybe that's the one I should go next because I'm talking about it now. But yeah, but the water trial allegedly, well, it's gonna have a lot of ice in it. Huh, how do you get that one actually? Guess I'll figure that out. Actually, using the Pegasus boots here wouldn't be such a bad idea, instead of having to try to jump everywhere. I'm always gonna call them the Pegasus boots. I don't know what you guys want from me. It's the Pegasus boots. Pegasus fly, they're horses that fly. And they look exactly the same as hover boots. Oh, that's what we were missing. There we go. That makes more sense now. We just have, No! Alright, third time's a try, I guess. I almost fell again. Oh my goodness. Where was Navi trying to go? Oh, just to that enemy? Alright, that makes sense. Wow. That was a spectacular fail on my part. His Beamos is in the way. Oh boy. I wonder what Zelda game I should do next. I guess you would think I would do Majora's Mask next. And it is my favorite Zelda game, but I'm not entirely sure I should do it next. Maybe I should, I don't know, get some advice from you guys? I'm not entirely sure. I know it'll be a little bit before I do Zelda. There's a lot of game series I'd like to try before getting back into it, but man, it's just, it's weird to think that like now's the time to think about that stuff now that I'm coming to the end of this playthrough. Man. It feels almost nostalgic, even though it's only been like 2 months for me. It's pretty exciting. Alright, cool. We haven't seen Sari in a long time. Let's go ahead and see her again. The forest barrier is dispelled. Hurry up, J-Spice. Alright, the Shadow Temple, the Light Temple, and the Forest Temple are all done. So presumably the only one next, or the one next, would be the Fire Trial, but I said I would do the Water one, so let's go ahead and do that one first. Let's see, which direction? Oh, perfect. It's right next door. I'm gonna go ahead and take off these hover boots. Don't think I'll be needing them. I know I haven't used the... I'm probably not gonna use Nehru's Love at all. I already think this game is wildly too easy at this point, so... Oh, I'm so glad we have one extra bottle that we have not used for anything, because otherwise I'd have to awkwardly use it. Alright, there we go. So yeah, I'm kind of happy that they did use the ice stuff again, because otherwise, I mean, I guess it would be kind of cool to have one little extra dungeon that doesn't have anything to do with anything. Feels like some cool extra content. But otherwise, yeah, I feel like it'd be a little bit of a waste if they weren't using this stuff. Man, King Zora's still sitting in the Zora's domain all by himself. Ooh, hashtag slowdown. Oh my goodness. Is this gonna freeze us? No, it does give us a nice recovery heart though. That's nice. Go ahead and take this bottle of fire just in case there's more stuff in the next room. You know, this is an interesting part of the game because it's like, I do know what I'm supposed to be doing here, but only because I've played it like a couple times. It's actually been like quite a while since I've been here. You know when you play games and you just end up going to like the beginning? You end up replaying the beginning of the game like a bunch of times. This is kind of like what's going on with me. I've replayed the beginning of Ocarina of Time like countless times, and then like I get bored of it, and then I end up playing a different game or something like that. But yeah, I played this game enough to know pretty much everything that's happening. Oh, we got a fairy. You know, I was actually hoping for a fairy would eventually show up so I could fill that last bottle with one for the final dungeon, but I guess it's a good thing I didn't end up doing that. All right, here we go. That was a pretty easy room. Is that Megaton Hammer time? Honestly, it might as well be. If they're gonna give us switches at this point, they might as well make them all Megaton Hammer switches. Otherwise, we haven't really used the Megaton Hammer all too much. It is cool that they, you know, if there is something I like about this game, well, there's a lot I like about this game, but they give you so many options, and I really do appreciate all the options that they give you. It's cool. You could definitely just use the Megaton Hammer as a melee weapon if you really wanted to. The arrow is just still in the air, like... The water barrier is dispelled. Hurry up. It's cool that some of them have some, like, interesting dialogue with you. I think that's cool. And I'm glad they did take a chance to, like, I don't know, I wouldn't say the word develop, but, like, introduce the sages. I think there are sages and stuff in the previous game, like in A Link to the Past. But you didn't really get to know them. But it's a lot more interesting that that we even met them as a child and then you save them as adults. So I think it's pretty cool. Fire Temple, the fire trial is all the way over there, so I guess I'm gonna do the spirit one first. Oof, this is looking a lot like the Gerudo training grounds. Alright, I don't really care about the damage I'm gonna take. I'm just gonna go ahead and grab all of these rupees. These useless rupees. Let's go ahead and damage boost our way to all of these items. What happens if you use the Megaton Hammer on Beamos? Nothing? I guess so. They died at explosion, so... I wouldn't have thought that they would really do anything. Oh, I stunned it because I didn't hit its eye. Oops. That's fine. We got everything we need in this room anyways. Ooh. Well, whatever. I'll just kill these guys. I was gonna use my Megaton Hammer, but don't really need to. Alright, so this is a very interesting part, because this is one of the only other times in the game that you have to use Bombchu. So I think this makes for a grand total of 2 times, other than of course the Bombchu gallery. For some reason, even though you totally could, you can't shoot between the bars. So gotta use a Bombchu in order to reach the other side. And of course, in case you've never gone Bombchu at this point, I mean, which is impossible, you need Bombchu in order to get to this point, but in case you ran out, they give you some Bombchu. So we can go ahead and end this game with full Bombchus. Man. They definitely should have used it more in this game. Oh well. There's other Zelda games that do that, so. Now here's the interesting thing. You think light arrows would actually light these things up. But you'd be wrong. Oh, you do need Bombchus again. You need Bombchus in order to blow up that thing. Oh, actually. Could you use fire arrows? It looks like web. It looks like webbing. So, maybe you do need fire arrows for this? I guess Din's fire would probably work just as well, eh? Alright, let's go ahead and grab our mirror shields. I could just leave the mirror shield on, but I think it's more iconic to have the Hylian shield. If you're wrong, it seems that the Wall Master wants to go ahead and grab you. So let's go ahead and kill these things. I don't know which one the right one is. It's one of those things where it doesn't even matter if it's right or not. I guess it wastes time, but I don't know. Oh. Well, I guess it'll come out to play in a second. Oh, there we go. So presumably this just makes another Wall Master show up, right? Yep, let's just get out of here. And that was easy. Just a couple extra rooms, collect a couple rupees. Use an item we haven't used in a while. There we go. Oh. So after this, we only have to... Come on, man. There we go. We only have Darunia left after this. The spirit barrier is dispelled. Hurry up, kid. Alright, and with that, there's only one more barrier, one more trial to go through, before we can finally start heading up the central tower and heading up to where Ganon is. Or Ganondorf. Is this place called Ganon's Tower? Or is it called... I don't remember, actually. But we do need to have our Goron tunic here. Come on, come on. There we go. This thing's kind of cool. The whole thing kind of sinks when you're on it. And then it comes back up. I believe if you touch the ground, it's the same as touching the inside of Death Mountain. And it'll end up starting over the whole room. So, you better be careful. It actually might be useful to go ahead. Here, let's put on the whole thing. Now we're looking super stylish, in my opinion. Oh, I did not realize this. Or maybe I did. Putting on the Pegasus boots does not cause this thing to fall down. So, put the Pegasus on. Put the Pegasus boots on for sure. Is there even a reason to be here? Yeah, there is. Go ahead and grab this. Is it because it technically doesn't count as us descending? I don't even know why. It's cool though. Yeah, so if you try to go in this room without going to the Shadow Room first, well, you won't be able to do it. There's only these 3 pillars in the entire game. I guess I forgot about this one when I said the other pillar was the last pillar. At least they let us use the gold gauntlets a couple times before completely, before making it completely useless. There's definitely no pillars like that in like the regular game, so. Alright. I guess we do need this pillar to get this last rupee as well. We wouldn't be able to get it otherwise. Oh, wait. Oh, are you serious? Do I have to start over now? Oh, thank God. Alright, cool. Let's just get out of here. I'm glad that it saves it. And the pillar's back in the same location, too. This might be the only room, though, for the fire trial, I think. Excellent. And that's it!
The fire barrier is dispelled. Hurry up, brother.
Makes me wonder why they use a generic cutscene like that to get back to, like, this location, if none of the rooms even look like that. Anyways, with the barrier now down, I think it's about time we call this an episode. Leave me a like if you like the fact that we got every item in the game, and leave me a comment telling me if you've ever done like three heart runs and stuff like that with this game. I'm kind of curious, like what kind of challenge runs have you done? And you better subscribe, because the next time we're gonna be in this series, it's gonna be the finale. That's right, everybody. Next episode is the finale. I'll see you guys later. Bye bye.